question for you. How many times have you thought in your mind, what if this didn't work? What if all of this fell apart? What if I lose everything? What if they find out the worst aspect of me and they hate me? What if it all comes crashing down? And then what ends up happening is the thing that you feared the most, a thing that you didn't want to happen, actually happens. And then in that moment, you create evidence. In that moment, you plant a seed in your head. And by planting that seed, by creating that evidence, you have this list that you're like, see? And so when those things happen, you start creating this evidence and you start saying, this is how these things shaped me. You start blaming the outside world. You start blaming your circumstances. You start saying that the reason why I am who I am is because I went through X, Y, Z. The reason, like why that happened the way it did, because it was so-and-so's fault. And you start pointing the finger to everything in the outside but you. But the thing is, you're the one who created all of that. You're the one who created all these situations. You're the one who brought this into your reality. Not everybody else and not the situation. Because somewhere within you, you are telling yourself a story. You are telling yourself that you're not good enough, that you're not worthy, that you don't deserve this. You don't deserve love. You don't deserve clients. You don't deserve a successful business. You don't deserve any of this. And it's because there's this child within you that was hurt a really long time ago. This child within you told a story to themselves at some point in their lives that they're not good enough. And instead of going to say hi to this child within you that's hurting, you left them at the kids' table by themselves. While you're sitting at the big table, pointing the finger to everything around you. But you got a child that's hurting in the back. And this child within you wants to be part of the grown-ups table. Wants to be invited in. Wants to be part of your life. Wants to feel loved. But you just left it there. And you continue on lifing because, hey, that's what it is, right? It's easier to blame everybody else but yourself. It's easier to point the finger at the situation and saying that that situation molded you the way you are, instead of looking within and looking at what you're telling yourself. Because the more you plant all this evidence, the more you create this list of all bad things that happen to you, the more you do all of that, the more it's going to be shown into your reality. And then you're going to get stuck in this loop of constant shitty things happening and you not understanding why, because deep down inside, you don't believe that you can have any good things. You don't believe that you can be happy. because you left that child in the kiddie table by themselves. And that child wants to be part of your life. That child wants happiness. That child wants to feel joy. And I'm sure you do too. But subconsciously, you're beating yourself up. Subconsciously, you're telling yourself that all the shitty things that you've done, you deserve what's coming to you. For that time that you fucked up, that you made a mistake, and you can't forgive yourself from that moment, and you're afraid that somebody else can find out about that part of you where you made a mistake and you fucked up, and you're afraid that if they find out that they're just going to hate you. But that's, again, a narrative that you're creating in your head, a story that you're creating in your head. And once you create that story, then the evidence happens right in front of you. So you need to go back in and forgive that version of yourself. Go back and see your child and tell them it's okay. It's okay that they did what they did. It's okay that you love them, that you want to have them be part of your life, that you want them to be in the grown-ups table and making decisions with you, and that they are worthy, that they are good enough, that they deserve happiness, that you deserve happiness, and that you are worthy, because nothing in this world is going to say you're unworthy. You are born worthy. Only you have the power to change your life. Only you have the power to look within you and shift the beliefs that you are telling yourself. Only you have the power to shift your mind and create your own reality. Only you have the power to decide what you want to do, where you want to go, how you want to live your life, how you desire to heal. Only you have the power to bring your child onto the grown-ups table. Or you could just leave them behind there and continue on going about your life. That's up to you. But every circumstance, every situation that happened, it's because you created it, not because it happened to you. It happened for you to show you that you created this. It happened for you to show you where are you telling yourself these stories, these narratives that are not true. Where within you, you're telling yourself that you don't deserve love, that you don't deserve happiness, that you're not good enough, that you're not worthy. Where is that? Where are you telling? Which aspects of your life are you saying that to yourself? And how can you tell yourself that you do deserve it all? That you can have it all? These are conversations to have with yourself and only with yourself. And slowly through time, when you have these conversations, then you begin to love yourself a little more. You begin to trust yourself a little bit more. You begin to trust the people around you. Your relationships grow. Your relationships get better. Circumstances get better. Situations that you never thought would happen in the best of ways possible. Your life starts to change because you decided to look within you and bring your child to the grown-up table and be like, it's okay. You are part of this group now. I love you. You're included. And that's the most powerful thing you could do for yourself. Not how many times you can meditate a day, not how many words of affirmations you can say, not how long you can run for, or how many days you can go surfing. It's what you tell yourself. It's how you treat yourself. It's the words that you say to you. And anytime you think of the what if something can go wrong, switch it. What if it could go right? Or anytime you think of like, what if this doesn't work? Bring it back to the present and say, how do I know what the future has in store for me? I can't tell the future. Bring yourself back to neutral. Bring yourself back to the present. Anchor in this moment. Because we don't know what the future has in store for us. We don't know anything. But what you do know is you. And what you do know is the words you tell you. And what you do know is your child sitting at the kiddie table by himself, or are they on the grown-ups table? So this is when you decide what you desire to do with your life. So that's it for today. Love you.